It's Sunday fun day. 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 Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's Sunday fun day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Sunday fun day. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's Sunday fun day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Sunday fun day. It's Sunday fun day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Sunday fun day. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's Sunday fun day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Sunday fun day. 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Sunday fun day. It's Sunday fun day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Sunday fun day. Let's fucking go! I always lie to myself because I'm so fucking ungullible. I forgot to fucking show up because I'm so unreliable. Days like these, I'm waking up on the floor, praying to hell that I don't want anymore. Strong in mind, but weak in heart. Running so late, I miss the best parts. Go! We were never meant to play it safe. Crashing hearts on the interstate. Shouting loud just to feel alive. Burning bright like the 4th of July. So tear it down, let's start again. Middle fingers to the bitter ends. We're the ones who won't back down. This is our boss, but we're bound. I always cry by myself because I'm so fucking unlovable. So fucking untouchable. I forgot to fucking grow up because I'm undeniable. Deniable. Days like these, I'm waking up on the floor. Brain the haze that I don't want anymore. Weak in mind, yet strong in heart. Running so late, I always miss best parts. We were never meant to play it safe. Crashing hearts on the interstate. Shouting loud just to feel alive. Burning bright like the 4th of July. So tear it down, let's start again. Middle fingers to the bitter end. We're the ones who won't back down. This is our boss, but we're bound. We're not broken, we're just bent. Running wild on the edge of regret. If this is all we ever get, then we'll scream like hell, we won't forget. Lights go down, but we won't fade. Hearts still beat through the mess we made. We were never meant to play it safe. Crashing hearts on the interstate. Shouting loud just to feel alive. Burning bright like the 4th of July. So tear it down, let's start again. Middle fingers to the bitter ends. We're the ones who won't back down. This is our boss, but we're found. show up because I'm so unreliable. Days like these, I'm waking up on the floor, praying to hell that I don't want any more. Strong in mind, but weak in heart. Running so late, I missed the best part. Go! We were never meant to play it safe. Crashing hearts on the interstate, shouting loud just to feel alive. Burning bright like the 4th of July. So tear it down, let's start again. Middle fingers to the bitter end. We're the ones who won't back down. This is our fight, lost but we're found. I always cry by myself because I'm so fucking lovable. So fucking touchable. I forgot to fucking grow up because I'm undeniable. Days like these, I'm waking up on the floor, praying to haze it, I don't want any more. Weak in mind, get strong in heart. Running so late, I always miss the best part. Go! We were never meant to play it safe. Crashing hearts on the interstate, shouting loud just to feel alive. Burning bright like the 4th of July. So tear it down, let's start again. Middle fingers to the bitter end. We're the ones who won't back down. This is our fight, lost but we're found. We're not broken, we're just bent. Running wild off the edge of regret. If this is all we ever get, then we'll scream like hell, we won't forget. Lights go down, but we won't fade. Hearts still beat through the mess we made. We were never meant to play it safe. Crashing hearts on the interstate, shouting loud just to feel alive. Burning bright like the 4th of July. So tear it down, let's start again. Middle fingers to the bitter end. We're the ones who won't back down. This is our fight, lost but we're found. Sweating in the dark, you're in my head. Fading fast, feels so real with every thread. You pull me close to sweet sin, but I must go. Bitter pleasure echoes all that I know. As I fight, burning bright, but I'm so strong. You take my heart, I'll take the night, won't be long.
I'm waiting for motherfuckers.
Go!
Oh,
It's time to say
maybe not.
goodbye, my terrible succubi. See you later, I swear I hate her. Goodbye, my terrible succubi. Goodbye, my terrible succubi. Goodbye forever. Haunting visions dancing in the dark. Lost in lust where love became a spark. You touch your tease, but I won't let it show. Fleeting moments, I won't give it, I gotta go. Heartbeats racing, just a line we won't cross. Leaving in this world, but I won't feel lost. It's time to say goodbye, my terrible succubi. See you later, I swear I hate her. Goodbye, my terrible succubi. Goodbye, my terrible succubi. Goodbye forever. Turn the page, it's time to flee. Closing doors, finally feel free. Let the night drift far away. Breaking dawn, I'm here to stay. It's time to say goodbye, my terrible succubi. See you later, I swear I hate her. Goodbye, my terrible succubi. Goodbye, my terrible succubi. Goodbye forever.
all right, fuck it. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the GG show. AM style. Because I feel guilty because I passed out on you guys last night. I'm so sorry. I took one too many happy pills. So my bads. Damn, it's only 7:12 a.m., which lets you know that I fell asleep at my desk. But I woke up early, took a shower, threw some different clothes on, and I'm ready to go. Ready to rock and ready to fucking roll, yo. Good morning, Super Dave. I will give you guys your temples here in just uno momento, por favor. All right. Oh, fuck it. What better time than the present, right? Am I right, Super Dave? I'm right. Super Dave. All right. Where we be?
Welcome to the chat. It's Timble time. Gigi's got a tune that's truly sublime. Each guest comes in and the beats start to play. Timble time's here. Let's celebrate today. Oh, it's Timble time with Gigi on the beat. Feel the rhythm, everybody, move your feet. Welcome one, welcome all to the show so fine. Every guest gets the groove, it's Timble time, yeah.
All right. Yeah, sometimes I shouldn't have done a live show last night or not have taken so many pills, happy pills. So sorry about that. I am. It's unprofessional, but it was reality. So fuck you. So go fuck yourself. How about that, buddy? All right, so let's see who we got. Same old cats over here. All right. Okay. Super Dave. What? Super Dave. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Super Dave. Hey now.
Sniff that
All right. Welcome, Super Dave, my dude. Hoax, my buddy, my dude. Good to see you, homie. Always good to see Hoax. Hoax, hello.
Don't do it. Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I put a 2-hour show on yesterday, but then I just forgot to shut it up because I passed out. So technically, it's a 9-hour show, but there was 2 hours worth of content. I just lost it after that. So my bad. I'm still guilty feeling about it, apparently. Dave, earthquake in Texas last night, 5.3. What's going on, sir? Strange and trippy. Hey, hold on a second. RAF Wrestling, Real American Freestyle Wrestling. What is that? What do you got going on there, bud? I lost somebody already. Probably Super Dave. Super Dave, you here? Hogan's and Bischoff's new wrestling adventure. Interesting. 5.4 in New Mexico. That's a bummer. Well, let's get off the bummer stuff. Let's try to throw some levity at the situation. Strange and trippy. Did I give you a temple, sir? Fuck it. Hey now, strange and trippy. Hogan's wrestling Bischoff. What? I don't know.
Hey, brother, you're embarrassing me running around like an idiot in your trunks.
Yeah, I'm familiar. I saw the pictures of them. Yeah, I know. All right, let's get to Gmail, and we can get back to this. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get high and watch Love Connection. Sorry. You know, I'll always pay for my date, even if it's a bad date. But somebody who's just like, I don't pay for dates. Oh well. What goes on? Hold on, I'm trying to get something here. There. Whatever. Back to the Love Connection. John Allen. I owe you one. Real Vincent Griffin. I owe you one. You damn right it's wake and bake, brother. Hold on. Let me give. Well, yeah, because this one's a little bit longer one. So let me go ahead and give some symbols out to. Let's go with the real Vincent Griffin. Because he's the real one. Yeah. He's the real one. Hello. Welcome, Vincent. Good to have you back. It's been a while. It's been a while. Been a while. John Allen. Hey now. John Allen. John Allen, how's your surgery? How was the removing of the ribs? You know you did it. Blow jobbing. Bad nurse. Hey now. Welcome.
You want to be a wrestler?
Welcome. There you are, darling. Cool. I was close. I'm Canadian. My American geography ain't so good. It's afternoon for you. Well, yeah, it's 12:27 where you're at, John. I know, buddy. Now kiss your ass. You took too many ribs out then, man. I took 4 ribs out so I could lick my own anus. It's awesome. I'm still decluttering and repairs at home. Nice. It's been about a month-long venture for you. Maybe you shouldn't be such a hoarder. All right. I don't know if you're a hoarder or not. But if it's taking you a month to clean your apartment or flat or home, buddy, you get rid of some of that shit. Hold on. In fact, I heard another dental appointment on Tuesday. I was glad they pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Let's see. What was I gonna look up here? Oh yeah. Man, they don't have it. Hold on, let me try this. Sanford and Sons. No. Sorry. No Sanford and Sons. So the best I can do is this. This is Vincent's theme song for today. While he declutters. There he is. Vincent's made it home. That's right. Vincent made it home. That was him getting home from work. All this clutter he's going to put up in there. I know. I don't know. Do you really think so? Because I'm going to rival you real quick, and you tell me which one you think is better here. Okay? Because my favorite one, there's two of them. And let's see if Sanford and Son beats this one. All right, here we go. Hold on. All right, here we go. This was my favorites. All right. Come on. That's just awesome. Oh, and this one was really good.
Shout Factory TV, changing the channel.
Okay, come on. This one. WKRP in Cincinnati.
Weather today in the greater Cincinnati area.
They're solid plastic, so don't settle for imitation.
But the senator, while insisting
This
he was not
one's good,
intoxicated,
too.
could not explain his nudity.
If you ever wondered whatever became of
I'm living on the air in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati WKRP.
Got packing and unpacking. Town to town, up and down the dial. Maybe you and me were never meant to be. Just maybe think of me once in a while. I'm at WKRP in Cincinnati.
Come on. You know that was it. Yeah, well, glad you're thinking of Dave at my show. Makes me feel really confident. No, that's a good idea, to be honest. I'll get it to him. I shall get it to him. But honestly, the best one was this one right here. This was my favorite. I don't know why. It just was. It just was. Maybe it was because I was at that ripe age. But enjoy. Awesome.
Look at what's happened to me. I can't believe it myself. Suddenly I'm up on top of the world. Should have been somebody else. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. Just like the light of a new day, hit me from out of the blue, breaking me out of the spell I was in, making all of my wishes come true. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me.
Yeah, I mean, really. That one was the best, in my opinion. All right, I owe Erica a Timble, or a star a Timble. I'll get it one of these days. And now, Star Harris. Yeah, I feel bad for passing out. However, I did a 2-hour show. I just forgot to close it off. So I'll just leave it up organically. Fuck it. But it made me feel guilty, so I can't. There you go, Erica. Hoax, did I get you? I got you earlier. Did you hear it? Did you hear your Timble hoax? Ah, fuck it. I'm all caught up. Check some. Give me 1 second. No, I'm not flowing like, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to fucking do my deal. There you go. Okay, I wanted oh shit. I forgot what I was looking for. Yeah, that's still funny. Picking a fight with your own reflection. Okay, let me get out of here. And oh, now I know. Then all right. I'm gonna smoke and watch some of this below me if you don't like it. How I'm feeling today.
Love Connection, where old-fashioned romance meets modern-day technology, where you hear all the intimate details of a first date. And now, here's the host of Love Connection, Chuck Woolery.
Now, he's converted his car to look like the Batmobile. Thinks his social life would improve if he were in a rock band, and he thinks that the sexiest thing a woman could do is wink at him. Please welcome Chris Christian. Hi, Chris, how are you? So a little wink will get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, it's a vivacious thing for a woman to do if they, if they're across the room and they kind of look at you and lick their lips. Kind of stimulates you, and it's not like they're being too full.
So it's not just winking, it's licking their lips as well.
That has to go with it.
So would it be confusing if she happened to be out of chapstick or something? I mean...
Well, I'm not really looking at the chapstick. I'm more looking at the expression and the...
Tell me about your car.
Well, I have a 70 Catalina convertible, and I've redone it like the Batmobile. I painted it black and put these big bat signs on it, and wings and things like that. And it's a good attention getter. I mean, when you're driving down the street.
It works for you.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, it gets a lot of eyes, to put it that way.
Let's take a look and show you the women that Chris had to choose from. Don't forget, you're going to pick the woman that you think's best for him. Here we go. First, Angela. She just returned from spending 6 years in Germany. She said that she didn't like the men there because they were too shy to approach her. She thinks that American men have a different problem. They're too arrogant. And here's why that's bad.
If a guy is good looking and he knows it, then that's fine. But when they start flaunting it, bragging about it, thinking they can get any woman, they deserve the best, that's what really gets me mad.
Okay. Next, Diane. Her biggest complaint with men is that they don't want one woman, They want them all. She says that men's biggest complaint about her is that she bites her fingernails, and she told us about a man who tried to cure her of that habit.
I met him once when I was out in New York, and we corresponded for about 6 months on the phone. And I stopped biting my nails because he was so obsessed with it. And I was doing really good. And he was like, every time he calls, how's your nails? How's your nails? You know, so then when he does that, you become a little bit more self-conscious. So we haven't spoken for about 3 months, so I've started biting again.
Got those babies chewed down to the nubs, too. Finally, Kathy, she can't stand a man with dirty fingernails or a hairy back. Gee, hey, she's looking for a guy who's family-oriented, and she says that she wants her marriage to be just like her mom's.
This is my dream, is to be just like my mom. My mom worked 40 hours a week, came home.
Oh, Lord. You always want a woman whose dream is to be like their mother.
Cooked dinner, had children, clean house on weekends. I want to pamper my husband. I want to pamper my mate. They deserve it.
And you probably didn't know she was also
John Allen
for the Supreme Court.
What's up, homie?
Women that
I saw you up there earlier.
Who do you think would be the best woman for him? Make your choice now, please.
What are you talking about? 24 and divorced. Divorced at 24. What are you talking about? What you talking about?
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll meet the woman that Chris selected, hear everything that happened on their date. We'll do it 2 and 2. Be right back at you.
2 and 2, baby.
Okay, we're back. Who'd you pick?
Angela.
Angela. They haven't seen each other since their date. We always hear both sides. Hello to Angela Johnson. Hi, Angela. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Fine, thanks. Just make yourself at home back there, and Chris will start us off.
Well, I went to pick her up, and she wasn't exactly what I pictured her to be in the video. I mean, she looked cute in the video, and then when she came into play, she was nice and everything, but she just kind of, her hair was turning white as the date went on. It was just getting whiter and whiter. And, you know, she's kind of big around the
Maybe this thing was aging her. I don't know. Possibly. Well, how do you look to you, Angela?
Well, when I got down to the door, he was very thin, very, very thin. And his hair was kind of straggly. He had this, like a 70s type button-up shirt, which really turned me off. It did. The shirt was definitely 70s. Yeah.
Well, we're off to a good start here. So now what do you do?
Well, I asked her for directions. I said, if you want to go to these places, get me some good directions. So she wound up getting cockamamie directions. We didn't know where we were. We got off of the exit.
Cockamamie directions?
Cockamamie, let me tell you.
No,
What song?
They were good directions. He just couldn't
Got
follow
those
them too well.
cockamamie directions for me, you did, huh? Well, now, what do you remember about trying to get to these places?
Well, I had good directions. When we got off the freeway, I told him to turn a certain way, but no, he had to follow his own way of where he thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So he had to ask directions to it.
Okay. So you get to where, the first place?
Well, we get to a little restaurant. It was more like a roach coach. I mean, it was somewhere.
No, it was not.
I would never go to
Well,
this
she said
place.
it wasn't. Now, was it or wasn't?
It's really nice. It's a buffet, which he complained about. He didn't like the buffet style.
Yeah. Did he drive that Batmobile that he's got, by the way?
No, he had a van to match his shirt. It was a 70s type van. Actually, it looked like he lived in it.
So you figure he just went down to, Cars R Us and said, yeah, that looks good.
Definitely,
Sure.
definitely. That's exactly what it looked like.
Okay. So where are you now? You're at this roach coach, according to you.
We're in a roach coach. I
And
mean,
she
the
says
food,
it's nice.
the food was horrible. I mean, it was.
Now, was the food bad for you, too?
Oh, I enjoyed it. I love buffets.
So it's a buffet, and you didn't like it?
It wasn't what I would call a buffet. It was like spinach. There was like 4 different types of food. I mean, she barely ate anything. She had a couple little mushrooms and something else. I don't know what it was, but I'm thinking, am I spending a ton of money for this? And then she's eating a few mushrooms for the whole.
Well, so now what? Now, what do you do after that? Well, she's loaded down with mushrooms, and where are you going?
Then we decided to blow out of that place because I didn't like it. And we decided to go on. She wanted to go to a glass bottom boat. So we go down to the harbor. and I find out that there is no glass bottle boats. They're
Well,
just regular harbor
The
boats.
harbor over here is nothing to see. You can't
All right. You're telling me.
stick your finger under the water and wonder what happened to it. It's pretty dirty.
She didn't even want to actually go out for that long because she was afraid of getting seasick. Now, she picked this date, mind you, and I'm thinking, why are we even here if you're worried about being seasick?
Well, now, this is a good question, actually, Angela. And since you asked it, I'd like to know why you planned all of this and you're not really into it. What's going on?
Well, what he had an idea of doing was totally ridiculous, in my opinion. I
Well,
thought.
what was that?
He just wanted to have a little lunch and then go window shopping, which was kind of not my style. So I asked him if he wanted to do this, and he said sure.
And you didn't enjoy it, though?
With different company, maybe. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, then. By this time, had you wished that you'd had a little lunch and gone window shopping?
Yeah, because then I would have been able to get out of there a lot quicker.
No. No. See, you might have been thinking the same thing, just in case, and you can always
Well,
get
there was one
elongated.
point where I did go to the bathroom, and I planned on bailing out of the date, but I
did.
kind of stuck with it.
They thought Angela was dandy, 36%. Yeah, I guess you want to talk about this. Angela, sorry we didn't make a love connection for you. Thanks for coming on the show. Maybe we'll see you again.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, good luck to you. And Chris, we tried.
Yeah.
Didn't work
Thanks again.
out,
Somebody out
man.
there.
Yeah, we're gonna.
There's somebody out there for me, John. No, there's not. Don't call him John. His name's Chuck. Chuck Woolery. Son of a bitch. It's not John Woolery. Moody! Hey there, GG and crew. Just cruising through. I caught a bit of your 8-hour stealth show this morning. Shut up. I fell asleep. I apologize, but not after I gave a 2-hour show. Now I just need to clip the rest off. But I kind of don't want to because it's organic and it is what it is. So, sorry. But don't cruise through. Hang out, Moody. Come on, man. Hang out, dude. No, you don't have to. It's all good. I wouldn't if I were you. Yeah, I just wish that I know, maybe thanks for the positive spin on it, bro. You're the first person that's kind of given me the words I needed to hear. So thanks. I feel terribly guilty about it.
Welcome to Love Connection. Today you'll meet Leslie. She claims that her pet turtle helps her meet men. Yesterday, the audience voted on which of these 3 men would be best for her. Today you'll hear who Leslie chose as her date. And you'll meet Suzanne. She's back to tell us about her date with the man the audience chose for her.
All right.
On Love Connection, you'll hear everything that happened on their dates. Now, here's our host, Chuck Woolery. Yeah, thank you, everybody. So everybody, thank you. Thank you. It's nice to have you here this way. What a good crowd. Get started by meeting our first guest. She's from Long Island. She says that guys are attracted to her Cupid doll lips. She insists that men don't know enough about women, but she can tell you exactly what she doesn't want in a man.
Her Cupid doll lips. What's a Cupid doll, ladies? Cupid doll? What's a Cupid doll? Is it a type of doll that you kiss, girls? Is she supposed to have some Cupid doll lips? What does that mean? Look, I'll play it again.
Get started by meeting our first guest. She's from Long Island. She says that guys are attracted to her Cupid doll lips. She insists that men...
Her Cupid doll lips. Alexa, what is Cupid doll lips?
On Wikipedia.org, the Cupid doll effect is a term used in developmental psychology derived from research in ethology to help explain how a child's physical features, such as lengthened forehead and rounded face, motivate the infant's caregiver to take care of them.
that doesn't explain it. And I'm not going to guess what the fuck she said because it just sounds creepy. Creepier. I'm just in the kitchen baking bread. That's why I'll be cruising around. Can't type with dough and oil in me hands. Damn, she looks like ruby wax. Amen. No, man, as long as you're listening, that's all I could ask for, right? And honestly, dude, if you can't listen because you're busy, I get it. Moody, you and I go back quite a ways. You know you're not going to piss me off by not being here, so do what you got to do. But I'm always happy to have you. I just wish you could, dot the chat with all of your snarky remarks that are funny as shit. But we'll get by. Good to have you, homie. Alexa is dumb. Yeah, no, Alexa just didn't get it. She didn't get it.
Men don't know enough about women, but she can tell you exactly what she doesn't want in a man. Please welcome Leslie Howard. Hey, Leslie. How are you? Nice to see you again today. Well, what don't you want? I know you want a guy who smells good, but what don't you want?
What don't I want? I don't want a man who has children.
No children.
Absolutely.
I'm
I
out.
don't want a man who has gray hair.
No gray hair.
I know eventually you'll get gray, but
I have some gray hair, but not all gray hair.
Glasses.
No
I don't like
glasses.
receding hairlines. And what else don't I like? It's probably, I can go on and on.
I was going to say, gee, you really kind of narrow your field down a lot there.
Yeah, can you tell us what you do like? Because it sounds like you're a negative Nelly, and you're just going to dress some dude down, some poor dude down. She's going to dress him down. Look at you. You got yourself it.
Get like hawk skin either. This I can go on and on.
Hawk skin? You said you had a turtle? How does this turtle help you meet men?
Oh, Maniac. Oh.
Maniac is the name of the turtle?
Yeah, he's,
Leslie.
No, really. I
Give me
mean,
a
this
break
turtle
here.
is something else. He's an ex-champion.
Amen, John.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll go on with you.
Yeah.
You go to turtle races.
Maybe.
And that's basically how I meet guys. All from all different walks, actually.
You know what? Let me try one thing here. Oh, a large chalk Cupid doll. Okay, there are such things, and they do have interesting little lips. Baby lips. It's creepy, but you can buy one for $72 off eBay. Look it up, Cupid doll. I just never heard of anybody referring to their lips as that of a Cupid doll. Okay. Give me more.
Very slow walks, probably. No, I don't. Let's remind everybody what happened yesterday. Now, yesterday, our studio audience saw Leslie's three choices, and they voted for one. I'm going to take a look at all three men and catch you up to date. First was Bruce. He thinks that women are attracted to him because of his hair. And he certainly has a head full of it, doesn't he? Bruce. And Dominic, he dates about 20 times a month, but he claims that he's never, ever been in love.
Oh, virgin.
Don insists our interests include jogging.
Stay
and
a virgin, brother.
Don will sing on a date, too, he said. Any drop of a coin.
Kidding.
The audience vote was recorded yesterday. We're going to get to that a little bit later on, but right now Leslie's going to tell us who she chose.
I chose Dominic.
You chose Dominic.
Dominic! All right.
Stage, let's say hello to Dominic Girondo. Hello, Dominic. Hey, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Listen, just join in when you feel like it, okay?
Thank you, I will.
All right. Tell me about the date.
What we did was we planned our date, but I planned the first half, which was a surprise. It was very special, and I wanted it to be a surprise.
Yeah.
But he planned the other half, which he had told me what it was. But I told him specifically he must be at my home at 3:40.
3:40?
Well, I had my chauffeur, who was my roommate, John, drop me off. I rang the bell, and the girl answered the door, and I didn't know who it was. And she says, "Come on in. I'm going to entertain you until Leslie's finished dressing." So she said, sit down, make yourself comfortable. And she proceeded to put on some music and taking her clothes off.
What? This was your surprise?
Yeah, I hired a stripper.
You hired a stripper?
What?
Anyway, she starts dancing around, and then all of a sudden, she was on the left-hand side of him, and her toss was in his face. Her rear end. I mean,
I know what it is.
I mean,
It's
if
okay.
he got any closer, he could have taken a bite out of it. I thought he was going to. I didn't know what he was going to do.
I would have.
Dominic,
He said, "You have a nice body."
what's going on here?
Hey, I thought the girl had good taste. Dancing.
So on to our next destination.
Well, what happened next?
His chauffeur drove us to our next destination, which we pull up in front of a massage parlor. And it's a place I go to, so it's a legitimate place.
It's
okay?
not like.
No. I had worked out a situation with the owner that we could be massaged together because a date is together.
Oh, Leslie, this is just wild. I mean, I can't fathom what this.
All of a sudden, Dominic was over my table. He started massaging me. It was really good. Now, he massaged, as far as I was concerned, as good as the girl. And I was really comfortable. I felt really nice. And he was doing it, and I was loving it. And then the next thing, all of a sudden, I felt this mouth on my neck, and he was going, And I loved it. I really enjoyed it.
A stripper, a massage. What do you think of all this stuff?
I thought I hit the jackpot. Hell of a...
On to our next destination.
Which was?
Which was their apartment to pick up the food to go on to the beach. And it was set up so elaborately. It was beautiful. It was a table, nice glasses, plates, napkin holders, candles.
Just like
then,
dinner.
right, and John comes out and he serves us.
John, his friend.
Right. I had taken my shoes off to get comfortable.
Now you're through dinner.
We finished dinner and we're on the way out of the parking entrance. He started massaging my feet, which he's a very good masseur.
We've
very
been over
good.
that.
Yeah, he's very good. But the next thing I knew it, my foot was in his mouth.
Maybe this is a Dominic technique.
I don't know, but then all of a sudden he started taking each toe individually and nibbling on it. It was hard to know whether he was trying to kiss me or not, but
Well, did you kiss or not?
no.
You didn't.
No, because I was a little frightened that we had eaten garlic, and I didn't want to blow the date at that point.
Man, you gotta shoot him.
You believe
Yeah, but I wouldn't be smelling his breath.
You believe this? That's what she had a thing, a real hang up about breath. And she said that since we both ate garlic, it just wouldn't be, it was a turnoff. So that she said it would ruin our relationship. So that was it. The toes was as far as I got.
I didn't want to take any chance.
Tell me how this date ended.
His friend came home, and it was about 3:30, and I thought I better start ending this evening. So we went back to my place, and when we came into the door, the first thing I wanted to turn him on to Maniac. I thought he'd get a real kick out of Maniac.
The turtle.
My turtle.
I just pulled up in a limousine. I got to wave to a turtle.
Agreed.
What's worse than that? She kissed a turtle.
Agreed.
What did he kiss you? But she kissed the turtle.
But she kissed a turtle.
I don't think turtles are
Agreed.
really good looks anyway. But anyway, let's take a look and see the audience pick for you. Want to? Oh, gee. Oh my gosh! Look at this. It's a tie. The audience thought you should go down with either Bruce or Don. It was a tie.
I don't want to go out with either one of them.
What do you want to
I
do?
prefer to go out with Dominic.
Dominic, is that all right with you?
I love it. I got plans.
Come on out. Oh, gosh. Oh, brother. This date's going to be really hard to top. Can you top this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can? Yeah. Well, we have a nice gift for both of you. Thanks. That's probably the most unusual date, I think, to date, that I have ever heard. We'll be back with another couple. Stay with us.
Glorious. Glorious. GLOI. Whatever your strategy was, Moody, it paid off, homie. Let's see. The Love Connection. Let's watch one more. See how this one is. Some of these sound terrible. Not that one. Let's do this one. Perfect. What are you talking about, John? I'm not in a point of being fussy. What's that mean? What you talking about, Willis? I heard you were extra fussy today, dude. Dude. Here we go. And now.
Cecilia, Kentucky. Says that in 1979 and 1980 they were the best years of his social life. He's been divorced for 13 years, but he says that he wants to get married real soon. Please welcome John Duvall. Hello, John. How are you? Let's see. Cecilia, Kentucky. Mm-hmm. That's down around Fort Knox, isn't it?
It's about 30 miles as a crow flies south of Fort Knox.
Okay. What was so special? It said 1979, 1980. They were the best years of your social life. What was so special about that?
That was when disco reigned supreme.
Disco.
In California. And
are you a big discoer?
Big discoer. I had a dance partner. We had.
You did?
She was about 10 years older than I was. She had her own boyfriend.
Yeah.
But which made it kind of nice because we would go out there and really do our thing and had our little costumes on.
Had costumes?
Exactly.
What kind of costumes?
Weirdo.
Tuxedo shirt with tuxedo pants and suspenders. And then my dance partner had a nice disco dress. And we would do our thing, and she would go sit with her boyfriend.
Ludders!
What was so great about 79 and 80.
Sorry, but Ludders rolled into Hizzle. What's up, Ludwig? Ludders! Hey
I'm not a pervert.
Darth Vader had to smell that. All right. Let's get back. Let's get to back. All right.
The girls would now come over and ask me to dance instead of having it the other way around.
Oh, sure.
Blackjack guitar. I owe you a Timble. Just a second,
they loved
brother.
me for it. They loved me
Good
so
to
well.
see you,
I
man.
dating about maybe 5 to 10 times a week.
Really?
Picked it up very much.
Well, now, what happened to your social life after disco took a dive?
Well, after disco, the country western scene came
You
in.
just changed with music. Doesn't matter. Boy, country western's in. Take off the sequin vest and pop into your cowboy boots.
I couldn't keep up with the steps, I don't think, on that.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah.
I didn't really like it, Chuck.
Didn't like
because disco was so sweet and the way we turn and it's touch dancing, and this was all, hey, jerk 'em around cowboy. I didn't like that. In fact, I get sore arms from dancing with some of the cowgirls. And so I didn't like that. Basically, what I've been doing the last couple of years.
Waiting for disco to come back.
Waiting for disco to come back. Sitting at home and playing disco with my phone.
Well, let's take a look at the tapes of John saw. Now, remember, you're going to vote, okay? First, there was Tony. She enjoys dancing and woodworking. She's been divorced for 4 years, and she has a 5-year-old son. Now, she thinks the best thing about being single is having her own bathroom. She said that men are a constant source of surprise. Here's what she means.
Someone who seems like they'd be very dull on a date turns out to be very exciting. Some that you think would never be interested in small child become very attached to my child. It's always new and it's always different.
All right. Next was Lynn. She admits that she talks too much. She says that she'd like to get married so that she can stop having blind dates and start having children. Here's how Lynn likes to be treated.
Oh, whoa.
Seriously. Definitely. Not think because I'm female and I have different anatomy that I have different feelings or different emotions.
I want to get pile driven.
But if they want to be a gentleman, that's okay. If it makes them feel comfortable, I don't demand it. I don't have to have anybody open my door.
Okay, and finally, watched Ellen. She's originally from Richmond, Virginia. She enjoys going to museums. Says that she wants a man who's attractive and smart as she is. Here's what she doesn't want.
I don't want him to be an egotistical person. I'd rather have somebody that was more interested in things in his life than his own life. In other words, like maybe his hobbies or, things that he does rather than himself. I don't want the guy that's always taking the mirror and going like this while he's driving.
Okay, let's look at all three women again. First is Tony. She's 36. She's a high school teacher. Lynn works in the construction industry. She's 33. And Ellen's 34. She's a sales rep for a textile company. The audience, you met John, seen his 3 choices, know a lot about him. Who would you fix him up with? All right. Audience has made its choice. We're out of time, so we're going to find out who John picked and hear everything that happened on that date behind me. We're going to find out tomorrow, though. That's our show for today. I'm Chuck Woolery. I hope all your dates tonight are good ones. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody. People always ask me how they can get on Love Connection. It's a lot easier than they think. Now, if you're over 21, just call this number right here and have a free date on us. How bad can that be?
This is Gene Wood speaking for Love Connection. Chuck Woolery's wardrobe, furnished by Pierre Cardet.
Yeah.
Today, you'll meet John. He always recites poetry to his dates. Yesterday, the audience voted on which of these 3 women would be best for him. Today, you'll hear who John chose as his date. And you'll meet Jan. The audience chose a date for her, and it didn't work out. Today, we'll hear about her date with the man she chose.
May the 4th be with you. You're right.
Now, here's our host, Chuck Woolery.
Thanks, everybody.
I owe Blackjack. Fuck it. Let me get it out of the way. I'm thinking about my boy, Blackjack. Believe me, I'm not saying it like, gotta get it out of my way. No, I got it. I'm pissed off that I didn't recognize him already. Hoax! Hoax. He says hoax underneath it. Blackjack guitar! Hey now!
Hey.
No!
Hey.
No!
Do you want to be a wrestler?
Right on. Okay. What do we got? What do we got? Okay. What was a fun game show? The Love Connection? I doubt you're talking about that. I sincerely doubt you're talking about this. Ah. No. He's so sweet. Serial killer alert. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me double check that there is sound. Yeah, there's sound.
Gillespie, I'm sorry. Ellen Gillespie. Hi, Ellen. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Just make yourself at home back there, okay? And you can tell me about the date.
I went over to pick Ellen up, and she invited me in.
Bad Nurse, can you hear the vocal
into the
sound?
house right there, and she looked very nice. Beautiful blue eyes. Well, which she corrected me as turquoise eyes. Very, very nice body. And
okay, come back, Blackjack.
It was let's put it, everything we're in the right places. I think. Absolutely,
that's good, Josh.
Both the eyes.
Yeah.
And I get in, so we've got give her a chance to put the roses in water. And she had to water some of other plants, so I kind of went on a little tour of her house. And we get into this one room, and she opens up the door, and I'm noticing some of the art that she does. She's a fantastic artist.
Is she?
Nice paintings. This one painting, though, we're talking life-size male nude. And I'm thinking, now, I mean, am I here in the nude somewhere else right now? I don't know. And in fact, she
said maybe you'd be thinking, would she want to paint you?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I could meet up with this nude. She's a very good artist, and I mean, we're talking detail in some areas, if you know what I mean. I must have spent at least 6 or 7 hours posing this one shot.
A lot of hair under the arm.
Exactly.
Who was the model for this particular painting?
Well, I went to an art school in Brentwood, and it was just one of the models that they have at the art school. But I guess I exaggerated some things in certain spots.
Good.
Ken, I'm really getting to like her a lot now. And I'm thinking, it's about time for the the poetry.
Oh. Not exactly the first thing that...
That is devotion, baby.
I'm sensitive, remember that.
No, I realize, with all due respect.
Yes, so, okay. So I recite a couple of poems, one about myself, and then that one special poem that I referred to earlier.
It has the blank in the middle of it?
No, not that one.
What did you think of his poetry?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's warm and sensitive, and he's an excellent poet.
Boy, painter and a
He just
poet here.
didn't
I can't
know
believe
it.
Okay, so what happened next?
Okay, well, we leave there, and we caught something to eat, and then we went back to her place, and she invited me in, and I had to get my... I left a jacket right there, and it happened to be in her bedroom.
Yeah.
So obviously I had to go get my jacket.
So sweet.
And got my jacket, and we got back to the door. And
I
so
can
far,
write
all
you
we've really done is
songs,
maybe
baby.
hold hands, because we don't want to rush these good dates. And so I said, well, I'll give her a little peck on the lips, and a little peck on the lips got a little bit more. And this jacket's really getting heavy on my arm.
Disco
It kind of
bombs.
falls to the floor. And just so happens there's a chair there.
Disco poems. How do those go? Staying alive, staying alive. Ah, 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 staying alive.
Because you get tired if you stand up very long. So we kind of sit on a chair and we're still kissing.
What
And
is?
we thought, well, this has been such a nice
What's
time.
extra
Maybe it's
special?
time to cool it. And that's basically when the date ended. It was, we both agreed.
Let me in, dollface.
Nice, I like it.
Baby.
Sum up this day, Ellen.
Well, when I came to Love Connection, I was looking for a handsome, intelligent man that was ambitious.
Oh,
I
watering
found
her plants.
Anything to see the audience pick for you? Yeah. Let's see how good they were.
No, whatever. You meant watering the plants. Don't
Please,
butter
Tony.
my ass like a
1%.
biscuit.
Sorry, Ellen, you came in second. But if you want to take the audience's advice and take Tony out, that's the one we'll pay for because that's who they suggested. If not, you're on your own. You can do what you want.
I hope it's quite obvious by now that I would very much like to go out with Ellen.
Actually, it is rather obvious. I just have to do that.
Oh, yes.
Come on in, John.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm extra special. It's funny.
Thanks for coming on the show, sharing your date with us.
Thank you.
And we're going to come right back with another couple. Hang on.
Well, that worked out great for them. Lovely. Lovely.
I just want
Fuck.
A good crowd and a good show. Let's get started by meeting our first guest. Grew up in Daytona Beach, Florida. Says that his ideal woman is
Whoa.
tattooed on his calf. And he claims that his hobby sometimes interferes with his love life. Please welcome Kenny Wright back to the show. Hey, Kenny.
I've never seen
Have a
this.
seat.
This is great.
Kenny was with us yesterday and we ran out of time, so thanks for coming back. We appreciate that. How does your hobby interfere with your love life, Kenny?
Surf, and it's not so much a hobby as it is. It's just it's ruled my life. I've lost everything from girlfriends to jobs, chasing after waves and moving across the country, and just girls either really like it or they really don't. It's cost me. It's a big sacrifice, but it's worth every minute.
But
of it.
it's more than a hobby to you. It's a passion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about this tattoo on your calf.
Here it's
Yeah, can we have a look?
Mrs. Wright, and I'll know when I meet her because hopefully she'll have the tattoo of me on her.
There it is. Yeah. Nice.
That's what I.
Well, when you meet her, I pray to God she's wearing that outfit. Let's remind everyone what happened yesterday, Kenny. Our studio audience saw Kenny's three choices, and they voted for one. Let's take a look at all three women again. First, it was Rommel. Not interested in smooth talkers, party animals, or men who wear cowboy boots. Next was Janine. She'd like to meet a man who owns a truck and will take her camping.
Oh.
And
All right.
finally, Melissa. She loves
Lowered
surprises and guys with clefts in their chin. Kenny's vote was recorded yesterday, and we'll get to that a
Cleft
little
in
later,
the
of course. But
chin.
right now, Kenny, remind us who you chose.
I picked Ramel.
Ramel. All right. Let's welcome her to the show. This is Ramel Hawkins.
You didn't want the chick that wanted a cleft chin?
Hey.
Hi, Kenny.
Hello.
Tell us about your date, Kenny.
I want a girl.
Let's see. We called.
I want a
I called
guy
her up,
that's got a
and,
cleft
we
chin,
decided on
a cleft
where we're
palate.
gonna go. And right off the bat, I kind of had this bad feeling. It just seemed kind of. She seemed a lot more mature, and she seemed like a grown-up. You know, kind of like a little more responsible than the girls I usually go out with.
All right. Now, were you looking forward to the date after you spoke to Kenny, Ramel?
Well, when I talked to Kenny on the phone, there were a bunch of his friends in the background, and he's like, "You guys go on without me. There's some crap I got to handle." And I thought, so I can't say that I was looking forward to it because I was a little on edge.
All right. So the phone call wasn't real good for either one of you, but what happened next?
Well, we made plans. She was going to come by and pick me up on the way. We decided we were going to go to Tijuana. And
yeah.
So she came by to pick me up.
Uh-huh. And when you greeted Kenny, how did he greet you, Ramel?
Well, after about the fifth knock on the door, he came to the door. He was a little groggy, a little unaware. He had nothing on except for shorts, and I think I just woke him up.
I just hear this noise. And I was just like, who's beating on my door at 12 o'clock in the morning?
Right.
It was like afternoon or morning. And,
In the morning.
No, but really, honest to God, what an ungodly hour. Noon.
It just, I don't wake up very easily.
Yeah.
And I didn't know why somebody was at the door, so I opened up the door, and there she is. And it took me a minute. She's like, "I'm your love connection. We're on a date." And I'm like, "Oh yeah." And it came to me then. Everything started to make sense then. But at first, it kind of it threw me.
Yeah. So you were aware you were on a date, and then what happened?
So I go upstairs, take a shower, and at first glance, it's like, "Oh, she's hot." I was stoked.
Thank you.
But I figured I already blew it. It was it didn't seem like it was working out, and I was just up there in the shower, just thinking, here I have a chance to go out with this really hot girl, and I already blew it, and it just didn't seem like it was.
Yeah. All right. Well, you went up and had a shower, though. Did he look a little better to you after the shower, Ramel?
Oh yeah, yeah. He looked great. He came downstairs and I mean, he just looked wonderful. He has piercing blue eyes and a beautiful face, and I was very excited.
All right. So you were impressed.
All right.
So we get in the car
Chicago.
and, we drive down to Tijuana.
Oh, you
It's kind of
won,
a
brother.
tradition. The first place we go, when I go with my buddies, we
Ludwig
go.
won
It's kind of
too.
a bar.
No, I
slash
gave Ludwig
shady, sketchy kind of casino.
Think.
And illegal fireworks stand. They've just got all kinds of crazy, like quarter sticks of dynamite, just crazy stuff. She had this bright idea to gamble the whole $100 that we got from the Love Connection.
All
money.
right. Did you win or lose, Ramel?
Of course, I won. Woo!
We
That girl. Oh, we won. All of a sudden, Kenny says. All right. So then what happened?
We work our way to the El Torito.
It's making
great
me
restaurant.
vomit.
Very famous.
Yeah.
Vomit.
Did you have a good time at the restaurant, Ramel?
Yeah.
All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pause this. Present. How do I do this? Invite, yes. Copy messenger. No, that obviously. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get on the old cell phone and go that route. Yeah, so I should be able to go to my email. Hello, hello, hello. I bet Daryl Hannah. Stop, 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 stop. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a sec. Hold on. All right. So yeah, man, I feel real guilty. I was having fun last night, and all of a sudden, I woke up this morning going, "What the fuck? Where am I?" Irresponsible, but whatever. It's organic. And I did 2 hours prior. Just did the rest. What was it? 7 hours laying on my floor. Not the smoothest thing in the world. Let me tell you, Ludwig, sleeping under your desk, not cool, man. A little old for this shit. Bah. So, if anybody would like to join me, feel free. Feel free to, I mean, I'll throw a link down in the chat, and maybe one of you brave motherfuckers will decide to come up and talk. Say, hey, dude, what's up? Give me something and someone to talk to while I smoke. That'd be dope. But there, I just put it in the chat. So if you would like to join up. If not, that's okay too. I felt bad because I fell asleep while watching your show last night. Yeah, I feel bad about that too, Erica. Maybe you should fucking stay awake from here on out. God damn it. I missed you, jerk. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, people have other things to do than watch my dumb show. So no worries, kiddo. Sleep. Your body was telling you needed it, obviously. So always get your sleep. Always listen to that body of yours. Except when it's telling you not to lift weights, because that's bullshit. It always is like, I don't want to lift weights. No, okay, never mind. I'm not going to do it. And now those are the times you shouldn't listen to your body. Walt, is Walt here? Walter, are you here? Okay. Well, good to see you, Walt. I'm trying to make up for fucking up and falling asleep last night. Blacking out on my own stream. When really, Mom, it happens to the best of us. does that say? Oh, it was your mate's birthday. My birthday is in 10 days. The 13th of May. Yay. Getting old. Not fun. Not fun at all. And did you I do apologize. Yeah, no. At least after that, you could have just signed off. I just need to, I don't know. I want to clip, 7 hours of it off. But I think it kind of shows what kind of a loser I am, and that needs to stay in there. Can't have all the cool stuff in there and not you acting loser like. So we'll go with that. Is anybody chatting? No, apparently not. Apparently not. So you know what? I'm gonna put on some music. Oh yes, I am. Sorry. I'll play some music. Gonna happen.
I always lie to myself because I'm so fucking gullible.
What?
I forgot to fucking show up because I'm so unreliable. Days like these.
Why is there an echo? It's crazy. I don't know why there was an echo. Let me see if this one works. Yeah, something's fucked up there. All right. Yeah. I'm just finishing my joint and I'm going back inside. It's just too nice outside. It's like completely overcast, which means it's kind of breezy and cool. Yeah. Yeah, it got a delay on it. I'm not really sure what happened, but I'll fix it when I go inside. I don't know. stuff. But I lied about one thing. Oh, damn. I have a whole joint right there. Where did you come from? Okay. So, where are we at on the chat here? It won't let me look at the comments. Listen. Yeah, it won't let me look at the comments for some reason. Isn't it like talking to a windwalker? Hey, look at this. We're flooded here. Okay. So naturally you'd think Walt is flooded there at his house. Bad nurse. Oh, are you flooded at your house, Walt? Because that would be the logical response to Walt's statement. And then Walt goes, not house, backyard. Okay. And she goes, and then sweet bad nurse goes, I'm sorry to hear that, Walt. It's outdoor studio, okay? Is outdoor studio okay? Okay. Yes, when we moved in, I dug a trench in the front yard so it would run off. The hell kind of nonsensical nonsense is going on, man? I'm just kidding. Just joking. Come on, dude. Play some music. Let me get back in there. A little intermission.
Sweaty in the dark, you're in my head. It's Thursday night, let's celebrate. It's miserable.
Maybe not. Because I can't hear it out here anyway. Be right in. Just, I need a cigarette or I'm going to punch myself in the face for things I can't control. Yeah, I'm going to get the hell up. Let's do this. Is it really 8:42? Wait a minute. It's AM. I keep thinking it's PM. Idiot. I'm a fucking idiot. It's a really good cigarette, or I wouldn't be sitting out here. I'd have already thrown it down by now. But dude, this is a dope jam. This is my first one I smoked all day. All right. All right. Let's get out of here and go back in the studio where God intended things to go. All right. Be right back. All right. Second star. What's up, Matt? I'll give you a tipple here in a minute. Be careful. Earphone wearing monkey jockeys Will is going MIA. Oh, nurse, I was only wearing those tassels for you on the days that ended and why. Aw. You know, I left this pause so long. We're going to pick something else. Yeah.
He considers himself intelligent, humorous, and warm-hearted. He says that although he meets a lot of women through the personals, he rarely... First, it was Andrea. She is originally from New York City, and she believes she resembles Tracy Ullman. See her thumbs? On a blind date.
Well, it's one of those 200 alley, and she's not even...
Got stood up on a...
Okay. All right, let's do one more love connection. Is it okay with you guys? One more love connection? It's a short one, and it's with a boy you recognize. Oh yeah.
He considers himself intelligent, humorous, and warm-hearted. He says that although he meets a lot of women through the personals, he rarely gets a second date. And he thinks it's because he scares women away. Please welcome Ken Scaler. Hi, Ken. How are you, buddy? Thank you. Have a seat. Make yourself comfortable.
I am.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Pat.
Now tell me, how many women have you met through personal ads?
Over the last 7 years, Pat, I'll be honest, about 200 women, give or take a few dozen.
Wow.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, that's a lot of
I
dating.
like
And there
that.
is a
The
lot of dating. You don't get a second
GG
date.
spot.
Rarely, maybe like 2-3%. But you know, most of the women, they either like me right away or they don't. Unfortunately, it's usually the latter or not the former. But I'm one of these go-getter kind of guys, you know, like Charlie Brown. Eventually, I'll kick the football. So just keep trying.
Yeah, don't give up. That's a good attitude.
Absolutely not.
I like that. I like that. You said that you think you scare women away. What is it about you that you think scares women?
I think it's kind of obvious, Pat. It's my hair.
That's some good hair.
It sticks up there. You know, it has personality of its own, and if women don't like it, I'm just going to move on. I mean, if I find the right girl, I will cut it for her. But I love my hair. I'm also very strong and opinionated. I say what I think. I'm blunt. I don't beat around the bush. I tell them what's in my heart, what's in my head. They're either going to like it or they're not going to like it.
Good for you. Now, when you write a personal ad, you have to write it yourself. Tell me how'd you sell yourself in your ad?
Well, first I go through the look, 6'2", white, 165 pounds, brown hair, hazel eyes, love alternative music, dancing, going to clubs, concerts, the beach, great sense of humor, good conversationalist, good listener. All the truth. You cannot refute anything I say because I don't say I'm handsome or I'm rich. I just say what I look like, what I like to do, and no one can argue with that.
That's right.
Wow, man.
Let's take a look at the
Confidence.
You're going to have to vote again.
Matthew, I'll give you a Timble in just a minute, my brother. Don't you worry.
She says she's attracted to skinny men, and she admits to a major sugar habit. Here's what Andrea had to say about a recent date.
When he gets lost, he goes the wrong way. So it's an extra hour in the date, and I'm lost in southern Florida heading towards Cuba.
Lying ass motherfucker.
So long. It was awful.
That's Kenny. Yeah, that's Kenny.
She says she's looking for a guy
Kenny's
who's at least 5'11".
Skylar.
And she enjoys dancing around the house to blues music. She dates only once a month, and here's one reason why.
I had one date who listed like all his old dates and girlfriends and told me about his ex-wife and why their relationship went bad. This is on the first date. I'm like, I don't know you, you know. It's just those first dates are very tough.
And finally, Heather. She thinks the best place to meet a man is on the internet. She says she hates when a man talks more than she does.
And a van down by the river.
Heather tells us why her thumbs are her least favorite attribute.
I think people just think they're kind of weird. They're bizarre. They're just not normal. So, because they kind of look like little ghosts. I think they look like little ghosts.
What?
Man. See her thumbs?
Okay.
They were weird. All right, audience, those are the three women that Ken had to choose from, and it's time to vote. So please make your choice now. The audience has made its choice, but we're out of time.
Come on.
It happened on their date tomorrow. That's our show for today.
Fuck you. Fuck you, dude.
On our show, call us at 323-692-9860.
He does a real dorky version of him.
This is John Cerventa speaking for Love Connection. Pat Boon's wardrobe furnished by Bernini. Love Connection is a PEL production produced in association with Telepictures Productions and distributed by Telepictures Distribution.
get started.
I have a
by
treat
meeting our
for
first
you in
guest.
just a little bit.
He says if he could change one thing about himself, it would be his nose. He claims to be a good catch, but he admits he's unlucky in love. So unlucky that he once got stood up on a blind date. Please welcome Ken Scaler. Hi, Ken. Have a seat, sir. Thanks for being with us again. No problem. Now,
He's got one of those Cosby sweaters on. Hey, you got a Cliff Huxtable shirt on.
tell me, how did you ever get stood up on a blind date?
Well, it was one of those 200 women from the personal ads. I was speaking to her for a couple weeks. She lived in Orange County, and, she didn't have a car, so I said I was going to go down there. And, we talked, and everything seemed fun. She seemed a little bit unstable. And the plan was that soon...
says you.
Go down there and call her in the city, and then we were going to meet. She didn't want me to come to her apartment because, women are afraid of stuff like that. So I go all the way down there. I call her up, and the number's disconnected. So I drive an hour and a half to Anaheim. I live in the valley, and she's not even... There's no number. I call it twice. There's no number. So basically, I drove an hour and a half each way, I might add, for nothing. I never got to meet her. I never knew if she was a...
Oh.
Yeah, maybe she's watching today, Ken, and she knows what she missed.
It's her loss.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned...
Her loss, man.
Thank you.
You mentioned your nose, so I'll mention it. Do you get a lot of negative comments about it?
A few women have said, Ken, your nose is just so big. I mean, I'm like, well, this is how I am. This is my nose. This is my hair. Like I said on the last show, and if you don't like me, then get the heck out.
Yes, sir.
He's got moxie. Straight up moxie.
That's right. You have a great attitude.
This
Ken.
boy.
Let's remind everyone what happened yesterday. Our studio audience saw Ken's 3 choices, and they voted for 1.
Sugar.
Let's take a look at all 3 women again. First, there was Andrea.
Sugar,
She says she's
sugar.
attracted to skinny men, and she admits to a major sugar habit.
Oh, honey.
Then there was Lauren. She enjoys dancing around the house to blues music,
You are my
and she dates only
candy
once a month.
girl.
And finally, Heather. She says she hates when a man talks more than she does, but loves when he has great hands. All right, the audience vote was recorded yesterday.
fuck
We'll get to that
work.
later, but right now, Ken, tell us who'd you choose?
Damn, how many
one,
cats
Pat. I
are
chose
skinned
Lauren.
for that
Chose
sweater?
Lauren.
Yeah, number 2.
All right, Lauren is backstage. So
5,
let's say hi to Lauren.
because they were all baby
Hi, Lauren.
kittens.
Hi, Pat.
Thanks for being with us. We're going to find out about the date. Tell us
All
about
right.
I called her up and I said, hi, and I told her a little bit about me. So we both grew up in Tarzana. I just wanted to get to know her on the phone, and we seemed to bond on the phone, not like a love connection right away.
And tell us, what was your impression of Ken over the phone?
Well, at first I was a little overwhelmed because the first thing he said was, "Are you ready to set up our date?" And I was just like, "Okay, sure." And he was overwhelming the whole conversation. I didn't really get to say too much during the conversation, but I noticed the one thing he had said something about was something about his high school reunion, as if he was going to ask me to go to his high school reunion.
I didn't have a date for my high school reunion, so I was just, throwing off an idea.
Well, sure it was. Now, she picked you up, and tell us what happened next.
Well, I came down and I brought over some roses, and there's a little problem with them. They were kind of frozen because I left them in the refrigerator for a day. The guy at the floral shop said, leave it in the refrigerator with water for a day, and I just didn't look at it for 24 hours.
Right. So tell us what your first impression was when you saw him.
Well, I guess the first thing I noticed about Ken was his hair. It was just kind of all over the place. And then he handed me the roses, and they were beautiful, except they were frozen, and I kind of didn't know where to put them in my car so they wouldn't defrost and kind of spill all over the place. And and the price tag was still on the flowers.
Ken.
Well, maybe it was the base I took off, and not the roses. But no,
Tell us what happened next. You met at the door, and what happened?
Well, we went in her car, after I gave her the roses and all the little small talk of typical dates, and we just, went to this really nice continental restaurant in Sherman Oaks. Beautiful restaurant, excellent food, good cuisine, window seat. I thought I took her to a really nice romantic little getaway over in the valley, and I'll be honest, I wanted to impress her. I wanted to show off a little bit, so I didn't want to take her to one of the fast food sponsors of the show. So I took her to a nice little restaurant. All
right. Well, thank you, sir. And what was the conversation like for you then, Lauren, when you got into the restaurant?
Well, the conversation was really tough for me. It was kind of like pulling teeth every once in a while. I had a hard time conversing with him.
It was more, maybe sometimes it seemed more like a monologue than a dialogue. But I was telling her everything. I was saying, I don't want to hear about ex-boyfriend, so I didn't talk about that. I'll say, no, I see you like to go do dancing. You like tall guys, older guys.
See, that's the thing, Pat. He had everything memorized on my application. I don't even remember what I put on my application. I mean, it's one thing to read something. It's just another thing to know everything about me.
That's okay. You're just preparing. You wanted to be a little prepared.
I wanted to be prepared. I was a Boy Scout. I just wanted you to have a good date.
He was a Boy Scout.
If you're allergic to sushi, I'm not going to take you to Benihana, you know?
Right.
So, you know.
You did a little research.
Absolutely.
And how were his table manners, Lauren, at the restaurant?
Well, they were fine up until the point where I had a salad and I didn't finish it, and he took the rest of it.
Took the rest?
I
Took the
offered. I offered, and
You offered. I said, you know.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
And I offered. You're right. You accepted, and you ate the rest of the thing. And he ate it with my fork still.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, you didn't realize that.
I'm just one of these guys who can eat what he wants and not gain weight. It was an $11 salad. I mean,
might as well eat it.
Might as well eat it.
Yeah,
you know, there's hungry people in the world. You
That's
know,
a good attitude, Ken. Now you got through the salad, and then what happened on the rest of the day?
Well, you know, we had a really good meal. You know, I thought I had a good time. But anyway, you know, I was saying, you know, you ready to go dancing? Let's go dancing. Because he said on the video, you know, and on the application, you like to go dancing, no techno. So I know this really cool club. Why don't we go there? And she, basically, Friday night, she went out with a girlfriend. She's out till 3 or 4 in the morning doing who knows what. So she was tired, you know, so she didn't want to go.
Pouring around.
You know, maybe go for ice cream, or she liked CDs, so we went to look at some CDs, and she bought an Aretha Franklin. I even offered to buy her all the CDs you want.
Aretha Franklin.
She said, no, I'll pay.
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't want him to buy me anything. I didn't think that was right.
So I mean, you know, maybe it was better that she didn't want to leave me on. You know, she's a very sweet girl, audience, and I mean, if I don't get her, whoever does go out with her, and she hasn't had that many long-term relationships, to be very lucky. And I mean, I'm appreciative that I went out with her. You know, I mean, it's just no love connection.
Good for you, Ken. Good for you.
No one to like her stay the night and go home. You know, just talk, not sexual, but just talk and get to know each other. But she was tired, and you know, she had enough.
You obviously enjoyed your date with Lauren. You had a good
enjoyed
time.
it tremendously.
And let's find out who the audience voted for. There you go, Ken. The audience chose Heather by 45%. 45% chose Heather. If you would like a date with Heather, Ken, we'd be more than happy to pay for it.
Sure, why not? Give it another chance.
All right.
It was nice meeting you, Lauren.
Yeah, she'll be looking forward to it. Thanks for being with us, Ken. We appreciate it. Tell us about your date. Lauren, I'm sorry we didn't make a love connection.
That's okay.
Come back and see us again.
Will do.
All right. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with another couple after this. And I'm glad he is. He believes that he resembles Seinfeld's Kramer, but he feels he's much less annoying. He says being politically incorrect gets him in trouble with women, and he claims he's met hundreds of women through personal ads, but admits he rarely gets a second date. Please welcome back Ken Scaler. There he is. How are you, Ken? How you have a seat, sir.
Whoa.
Nice to see you again.
Great being here.
We love having you on the show.
Thanks a lot.
Do you try anything other than personal ads? To meet women?
Absolutely. Pat, I go to these singles parties. You know, you pay like a $10, $15 cover charge, and supposedly all the women are single. It's a ripoff, Pat. What happens is all the women are there with their friends. You know, I go alone, they go with their friends. Who do they want to talk to? Their friends. Then you go up to them, you're like, hey, how you doing? Oh, it's nice to meet you anyway. And it's like, if you just want to talk to your friends, stay at home, you know? I mean, you're supposed to be single there. You're supposed to get hit on. Expect it, ladies, you know?
Exactly.
God, right on, man.
Now, tell me how being politically incorrect has gotten you in trouble with women.
It's not that I'm politically incorrect. It's that I'm very brutally honest. Sometimes I'm so honest that I might hurt their feelings. I just tell women, you know, don't be so mean. Don't be so harsh. Just, you know, lay back. Let me pay. Let me take you where I want to take you. I think I know what I'm doing, you know, because I come from the heart. You know, if they just listen to what I'm saying, it will turn out all right. But they just have these heavy heads. Maybe it's the hair they wear or something. And they just don't even trust me, you know?
Not a bad point.
Yeah.
Not a bad point. It's always nice to hear Ken criticize women's hair. Let's show everybody the 3 women that Ken had to choose from for his first date. First, it was Andrea. She says she's attracted to skinny men, and she admits to a major sugar habit. Then there was Lauren. She enjoys dancing around the house to blues music, and she dates only once a month. And finally, Heather. She says she hates when a man talks more than she does, but loves when he has great hands. All right, Ken chose Lauren that time. They went out on the date. And tell us again, Ken, what was the problem with that date?
I liked her, but she thought I tried too hard. I was just too smothering. I was just too much for her. Too much for her to handle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but...
Yeah, I remember her saying that it was a little too much for her. Yeah.
So, move on,
All right. Well, the audience that day voted for a different woman. And when we come back, we'll meet her and hear everything that happened on her date with Ken right after this. Come on back. Remind us who the audience chose.
The audience chose Heather.
Heather, all right. Let's say hello to Heather Duncan. Hi, Heather.
Hello.
Hi,
Thanks for
Heather.
being with us.
Hey, Ken.
Ken, tell us about your date.
Well, I called her up, and what happened is I just went on one of my usual monologues / tangents, told a lot of jokes. I don't think she got my sense of humor. It was an hour-and-a-half conversation, but I think she spent like 5 minutes talking. I think again, I was just drowning her out, and I think I should have probably given her more of a chance to talk. But I could tell right away she's a nice girl, normal, straightforward. I'm just out there.
Yeah, even though you did most of the talking. How was that conversation for you, Heather?
I said about 5 words. That was it. I understood a sense of humor. He just, wouldn't let me talk at all. So.
Oh, I wouldn't say I wouldn't let you talk. I like to lighten things up. I don't want to say, how was your day? What are you doing? It's like, points of topics, points of conversation,
You're a man of action.
Yeah,
You're on the phone and you want to talk. I like that, Ken.
Yeah.
I like that. So what happened next?
Well, we agreed to meet, and unfortunately, I was supposed to see her at 7:30. She was going to come by my place, and she shows up at 8:01, 31 minutes late. And what happened is I was like worried, it's like, where the heck is she? Oh, she's a nice person. I see, where the heck is she? So, I call her roommate. She's like, oh, blah, 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 but I'll call her, and so she eventually showed up, but I was really worried that she forgot or something like that, because we only talked that one time.
Right, so, she's half an hour late.
Yeah.
Now, did you know he had called your roommate, Heather?
Yes, I did. When she called me to give me directions, and he gave her a little bit of an attitude, but,
Sorry.
yeah, that's okay.
I was just waiting.
You a little sensitive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Politically incorrect.
And what happened next?
Yeah.
Well, she eventually showed up at 8:01. I went down there. She's a nice girl. She was friendly.
It wasn't 8 o'clock, 8:01.
8:01. I have a digital watch. And what happened is basically, she's a nice girl. I just knew right away, she's just not normally the type of girl I go out with. I personally prefer women with longer hair. I think women look better with longer hair. I think it's more feminine. It's her choice to look the way she looks, and I respect that. I'm pro-choice, but she's just not normally the type of woman I would go out with. It's just the hair thing was really moderately bothering me.
I think that's fair, Heather, to hear that the hair thing was bothering Ken a bit. How did you feel then when you saw Ken?
Hair thing was definitely an issue. He had a little bit more hair than I expected. I had a little bit less hair than he expected. So we just kind of balanced out, I guess. But, yeah.
But she's a nice person,
You liked her, and aside
as more of a friendship, I didn't feel like my heart thumping. I felt my heart, bing, bing, bing,
Right.
So, it was all right, C+. So I figured, let's go out to dinner,
You sure it was your heart? It might have been your digital watch.
No, I don't think so. Basically, I ended up doing most of the talking again, saying, hey, I've been trying to get girls this way, that way, And she was cool about it. She listened, nodded her head a few times. People watch, and she gave me some advice. I don't agree with all of her advice, but she gave me some sincere, I think, advice,
What was some of your advice, Heather? Do you remember?
Well, I thought maybe Ken, could lower his standards a little. I gave him that advice. He's a great guy, and he's got a great personality.
Lower
He's a
your
good-hearted
standards.
person.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
I think, more importantly, very modest. Very
Pat,
modest.
Pat, you should be happy. You can't just lower yourself. If you can afford an Acura or a Rolls, why should you settle for a Hyundai or a Yugo? Don't mean to offend any sponsors, but I have a certain type of woman, and I want that type, and I shouldn't have to sit at home and watch reruns of Hee Haw. I should be out there on the town trying to meet the right person.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. But she gave me some advice, and she's a really nice person. I'm not going to put her down at all.
But are there any other products that upset you we could get into?
No, I want you to have this show for years and years.
Thank you, sir. Now tell us what happened. You're there, it's not really clicking.
I still want, have a good time, even just as friends or whatever. So we went to, a bar. I figured, maybe I'm relaxed. I don't really drink, but she does and smokes. And that doesn't bother me. So, So we went to the bar.
I'm here.
They had karaoke there. I didn't know they had karaoke there, but they had karaoke there. So I went up a couple times. And that place was like dead. It was like asleep. There was like weirdos there. And I just go up there. I know, the pot calling the kettle black. But and she can vouch for this. I got that crowd going. I got them happy. She enjoyed it. She enjoyed my karaoke.
Now,
Go in and talk. You know, it's not just my show. You know.
What did you think of Ken's karaoke performance?
I thought he did a really great job. I thought he jumped up there and his arms were all over the place, and he just like made the crowd.
His arms were all over
sing
the
or
place.
anything, but
It was stage presence,
right
charisma.
up there.
But it was
Great,
presence
great.
and energy, and you wanted
And
to
I
get things
tried,
going.
you know, A for effort. You know,
A for effort.
So you were having fun.
I was having a good time. She's a nice person.
Yeah, and what happened next?
Well, you know, I said, you know, it's getting kind of late. You know, maybe we should have it. It was like 12:03. So, you know, she drives me back in her like Jeep. It's very fun to
Ken,
drive
if you're not going to be accurate with things, we're not going to have you back. So around 12:03, you decide you should get out.
And she did the sweetest thing. She offered to set me up with one of her friends. And I said, cool. You know, I told her, you know, what I like, my standards. She goes, I'll see what I can do. I'll try to do my own little version of Love Connection about an audience and couches and all that. And that's really cool. And then we ended up talking for another 20 minutes, you know, just like going back to the phone conversations like, Ken, you know, getting kind of late, you know, so.
And thank you for doing that, Heather, but getting Ken a woman is my job. Thank you. How did the date end?
Well, we ended up at his place, and he sat in the car, and he was just talking, and I finally got out of my car, went around the other side to his door, opened up the door, and said, "You gotta go," because I was tired. I was
hugged her, though.
tired. I gave him a hug. I hugged you.
A nice hug.
Yeah.
I said you did give me a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It was nice.
I hope we can stay friends, Heather, you know. I mean,
absolutely.
You're like a buddy, you know.
You're my buddy.
Kind of like a Cliff, you know.
Like a clip? How is she like a clip?
It's just a buddy, you know. It's like, hey, let's have a beer. Let's go, you know, watch and judge people, you know. She can bring her date, I can bring mine, you know.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Maybe, you know.
She's more feminine than Cliff, just like a platonic friend.
Yeah,
you know?
Clip from Cheers? Is that
Yeah,
right?
from Cheers.
Yeah, right. I can
Maybe before.
see the comparison. But you might want to go out again and maybe to a bar with weirdos. But this doesn't seem like it was a love connection, right?
No, not at all. I'm
Okay.
sorry. You
Well,
tried, though, twice.
We have tried. We've tried twice, and we thank you so much for coming back,
Thanks
Ken.
a lot, Pat.
We'll
Nice
see you
seeing you
again.
again, Heather.
Good
All right.
seeing you too, Ken.
Ken, take care of yourself. Heather, thank you for being with us.
Thanks, Heather.
We'll be back with our next guest right after this.
There you go. Failed again. Failed at love again. Poor Ken Scalar. You know what I mean? I should just call this Ken Scalier Sundays because I found a treasure trove of him. Oh, yes, I did.
Oh, I'm sorry. Laz. Let's do it. And Ken. Now, you might remember Ken from his first appearance on our show. Let's just say his date with Sherry wasn't exactly a love
Never
fest.
before seen.
A little spaghetti and I'm really yummy. Hello, Nose. How are you?
He does, bad nurse.
too close, buddy. I know. I'm going to keep trying because, you know, I'm going to kick that football one day.
You're darn right you will, Kenny, especially if I have anything to do with it. And that's why today I'm going to fix you up with Stacy. She's a fashion designer who says she's always happy. And when it comes to guys, offbeat is just fine.
He doesn't have to make me feel normal because I'm not normal. Normal's boring. I'm the black sheep of my family for sure. I'm kind of like the birthday cake with the candles that never go out. He's definitely got to be colorful, and I definitely like, you know, the artsy kind of guy. I'm a bit on the eccentric side.
Oh, come on. This could be the girl Ken's been looking for. I mean, she's got a pulse and everything.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Ken.
I'm Stacy.
look nice.
Thank you. Nice shirt.
Thanks. I feel a little colorful today.
Are you ready to go?
Absolutely.
It's so awkward.
It's pretty convenient.
Self-explanatory.
It's LA. I'm a native, so. The meaning of life to Stacy is
Is to feel good, make others feel good, to smile, be happy.
your glowing effervescence.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Just by saying hello to somebody, you can make their day. Just by saying hello to somebody, you can make their day.
I'm so bummed. Well, hello there. Oh, I'm happy now. Like that type of thing.
Wow.
You'd be surprised.
Wow.
I would love to go to London someday.
London, England.
That's the wrong door.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Hi.
Hi. I'm
Hey, how you
Ellie
doing?
from
I'm
Ellie
Stacy.
Cats. Stacy.
Nice to meet
Hi.
you, Ellie.
Ken. Hi, Ken.
Hi.
I'm going to teach you guys today how to brush teeth on cats and dogs. These are the toothbrushes. You see the little nubbies here. Okay, I'm going to have you guys brush each
I'll
other's
be right
teeth.
back.
You have to put your teeth together, dude. Open up. How does that feel? Clean?
I did not have dinner relations with that woman. Really? Is this good? Oh, sorry.
You're like gathering it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now you got a little.
Thank you. That was really fabulous.
I tried. Maisie,
Oh, you
I'm gonna
like
hold
that,
your.
don't you?
No, Maisie, I'm gonna hold your mouth. All right, like this.
That's it. That's it. You got it.
Wow.
Yummy.
I am capable. I'm not a dog. We can't mate. But maybe I could be like the stepfather or something. Anchovies.
Okay.
Most people don't like anchovies. Most people can't stand anchovies. But there's a small percent of people that like anchovies on their pizza. I'm the anchovy of men. I'm not pepperoni. I'm not mushrooms. I'm anchovies. So most women don't want an anchovy kind of guy. But there's a few quirky, select, femme fatales out there that do. So I am the anchovy of men. And that is Ken.
I can relate to that because I'm definitely a free spirit myself.
That's
and I know that
cool.
that scares off.
I'm not scared.
But it can scare off like a hearty percentage of men. So for the women that are out there that haven't per se like loved your eccentricities, there'll be somebody that does. Like it's not a bad thing.
I hope that somebody's not that far from me. I kind of have an awkward question. I was wondering if I could hold your hand.
That would be very nice, and I would definitely appreciate that. But I'm not on the first date.
Really?
Really?
Can I hold your foot?
Can you hold my foot?
Yeah. I want to hold your foot.
What are you gonna do with my foot?
Hold it, protect it, watch over it like the mother
Protect
hen.
it.
I'm sorry. I don't want to make you uncomfortable.
Well, this is where I live.
I kind of figured that.
I know, because you picked me up here and all.
Wow. Show me the way to your domicile.
My domicile.
Yeah. So I was wondering maybe I could, see you again?
Well, that is left up to the gods.
I want to go out with you again. I really do.
Well, I appreciate that. That's nice.
Oh, no.
Consider it.
We should probably exchange numbers or something. So we
I don't give my phone number out.
Are you joking?
I'm very serious. You're gonna have to email me. I know that sounds so lame.
No, deja vu. Oh my God. No, you didn't just say that. Did
I
you
did
really?
say that. I don't give my phone number out.
I'm in your house. You let me in your house. It's been really nice meeting you.
It's been nice meeting you too. Thank you.
Sure, you have a good night.
You too. Take care.
Okay, good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Drive safely.
I will.
Oh, Lord.
Well, he didn't get her number, but he got her email. Does that mean anything?
No.
Now, I guess we're going to find out when we come back.
There's a small percent of people that like Andrew.
I can't believe Ken is in our studios.
I can't either.
You invited him.
It's the world famous K-Rock 106.7 KROQ and the Kevin and Bean Show at 6 minutes after 8 o'clock.
Here's what I can't believe. All those years ago when we met Ken, when he was on a singles party trip, which had to be over 10 years ago, right, Ken?
Yeah.
Over 10 years. Okay.
I'm sorry, hang on.
Yeah. Shocking to me that here in 2005 you still wouldn't be married, that you still would be single and still would be looking for a chick. That's the most amazing thing to me. How have you not been scooped up by so many women across America?
These women are myopic in Los Angeles. They just need to realize the Kensters out there and just give them a chance. And that's why
The Kenster. He refers to himself as the Kenster.
Kenneth the Menace, maybe. I don't know.
You're gonna be able to tell why in just a minute. But on that boat trip, when we did the singles trip, Ken came by himself that time, and he was walking around really fast on the boat as if he was looking for like he lost somebody.
Sure.
There's a little ploy to make it look like he wasn't there by himself.
Mm-hmm.
And Jimmy Kimmel, I think, was the one who started going, Ken! And then he would turn, and then Jimmy would turn and look and start talking to somebody else. So Ken would hear his name and start looking around, and then we all start, Ken! We started just the whole boat ride. He heard his name being yelled out. He had no idea who was shouting it, and it was us. And then we started doing it on the radio for like 3 years. We would go into a commercial stop set and we'd go Ken and hit a commercial just to try and drive him crazy.
Did you ever hear any of those, Ken? Did you actually hear that on the radio?
I've been listening to your show since January 2nd, 1990. So, of course, I heard them. I didn't want to be annoying and call every time,
Well, we appreciate that. Thank you very
by the
much.
way, that singles party was at the Catalina one, August 1994.
Okay, thank you.
Dude, okay, that was more than 10 years ago. All right, so the reason we have Ken...
I'm over it. Okay. Yeah, it was a pleather jacket. Straight up pleather. Oh, Jesus. 2 hours and 20 minutes. Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm leaving. Thank you for coming. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry I fell asleep on you last night. Unprofessional. Terrible of me. But anyway, I'll be back. I love you. See you then when I'm back. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe not. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? Have a great night. Let's see. Let's see. What do you got? How about Alright. I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay, fuck it. I have nothing. So what I'll do is I'll end it. Outro. It's that one. Okay.
Thanks for coming to the 420 show. It may be over, but you can still bask in its glow. We laughed, we chilled, we told bad jokes. Now it's time to say goodbye, but continue to talk. Come back for more and tell a friend. It's just for fun, and don't mean to offend. Oh yeah, we had a blast, we all laughed, you know we care, but don't be sad or mad or glum. We'll be back for more next week, same place with all the fam, that's for sure.